Hello and welcome to Stories and Lessons. My name is Amy Ebert and I'm your host for today's podcast. Welcome back to the series, All Things Branding. Today we're exploring a fascinating concept that's sure to elevate your business game. Brand Alchemy. If you're ready to transform your brand into something truly remarkable and captivating, you're in the right place, my friend. So let's get started. You might be asking yourself, what is Brand Alchemy? It sounds like something out of a fantasy novel, right? But in the context of business and branding, it's all about transformation. Transformation and creating something incredibly valuable from seemingly ordinary elements. Just like alchemists from back in the day aimed to turn base metals into gold, Brand Alchemy is about turning your brand into a powerhouse that captivates and resonates with your audience. Let's get into some of the foundations of Brand Alchemy. To understand Brand Alchemy, we need to break down its core components for today. There are three main pillars that we are focusing on. Authenticity. We've gone over this in the past at great length, so be sure to check out those episodes. At the heart of any powerful brand is authenticity. This means being true to your values, vision, mission, and when I say mission, I'm not talking about one of those long-winded, boring run-on sentences and paragraphs, jargon, which sounds impressive, but we all know it's a case of the we're not really doing any of it vibes. It's about showing up as your true self and letting that authenticity shine through in everything you do. Storytelling. Stories are the backbone of human connection. A compelling brand story weaves together your history, your struggles, your triumphs, and your vision for the future. It's what draws people in and makes them care about your brand on a deeper level. Consistency. Consistency in your messaging, visual identity, and customer experience is crucial. It builds trust and helps people recognize and remember your brand. Now let's dive into the actual process of Brand Alchemy. How do you take these elements and create something extraordinary? Number one, discovery. The first step is discovery. This is where you dig deep to uncover the essence of your brand. What are your core values? What's your mission? Who is your ideal audience? Understanding these foundational elements is crucial. Number two, crafting your story. Next, you need to craft your brand story. This involves weaving together your history, your challenges, and your successes into a narrative that resonates with your audience. Remember, people connect with stories on an emotional level, so make it compelling and true. Number three, visual identity. Your brand's visual identity. Your logo, color scheme, typography, and overall design, look, feel should align with your story and values. It's what makes your brand instantly recognizable. Doesn't this sound like fun? This is all about you and who you want to attract as a customer, your audience. Fourth is consistent messaging. Consistency is key. And some people seem to think consistency means like how often you post. That's not what I'm talking about here. Consistency in this case is ensuring that your messaging is consistent across all platforms and touch points. This includes your website, social media, advertising, and customer interactions. Your values are consistent. Consistency builds trust and reinforces your brand identity, not only with your audience, but with yourself. And this brings us to a key factor, engagement. Engage with your audience, like we're doing right here. Listen to feedback, care about the feedback, care about the feedback. Think about the programs you've spent money and time in and they don't really care about you. Doesn't make you really want to give them any more of your money and your time. So then you've already given them. So think about that. The ones that do provide an environment where you want to keep coming back. So think about that with your paying clients and your audience attention. Respond to their questions, create a community around your brand. Engaging with your audience fosters loyalty and turns customers into brand advocates. And it's way more fun. I want to hear from you guys. So go to 10xoncamera.com, get on our list for our newsletter, our waiting list for our next workshop, get connected with us. We do want to hear from you. In case you haven't listened to my episode about my 2 decades of experience working with clients directly, done for you, I have over 25,000 hours of one-on-one conversations with clients alone. So write your thoughts in the comments. We want to hear from you. Since we are talking about brands, I couldn't dare leave you without talking about some real world case studies. Let's look at some real world examples of brands that have mastered brand alchemy. Apple. Apple's transformation from a struggling computer company to a global powerhouse is a perfect example of brand alchemy. They've created a brand that's synonymous with innovation, design, and quality. Their story, visual identity, and consistent messaging have turned them into one of the most valuable brands in the world. I remember this quote from Steve Jobs, and we should think about this when we think of ourselves and our branding. Steve Jobs, when he returned to Apple in 1997, he said, "Apple is an incredibly proud and resilient company. You know, we need to put our heads down and come together and find the best solutions for Apple and be great again. Apple's been neglected, and we need to return to our roots and refocus on what made us great in the first place. Innovation and excellence in our products, in their case. We need to be fiscally responsible and get back to profitability." Here's the noteworthy part. He says, Apple needs money and care to thrive once more. He's saying financial investments and care in order to thrive. This captures the essence of what Jobs communicated about the state of Apple and his vision for revitalizing the company. Second example we have is Nike. Nike's Just Do It campaign is legendary. They've crafted a brand story that's all about inspiration, perseverance, and athletic excellence. Their consistency in messaging and visual identity has made them a global leader in sports apparel. Michael Jordan might have helped a little bit with that. Tesla's journey from a niche little hipster electric car manufacturer to a symbol of innovation and sustainability is another great example. Their brand story, driven by none other than Elon Musk, his vision for a sustainable future, resonates deeply with their audience, which has expanded over the years. His audience has expanded. His dissension model, designed for expansion, is quite possibly the catalyst for the audience expansion. So what do you do now, right? Okay, I know some stuff. Good. What now? Here are some practical tips for your brand, whether you need a reboot or you're just getting started. Here's how you can start applying brand alchemy to your business. All right, some practical tips. Number one, remember, define your core values. Take the time to define your core values. What do you stand for? What are you passionate about? Your values will guide your brand's authenticity. Craft your own compelling story. Craft a story. Craft a brand story that's authentic and resonates with your audience. Share your journey, your challenges, and your vision for the future. Design with intention. Ensure your visual identity reflects your brand story and values. Invest in your professional design to create a cohesive and recognizable brand. And what do we always say? Be consistent. Maintain consistency in your messaging everywhere across all platforms, etc., etc. Your website, social media, all marketing materials. Make sure they reflect your brand's identity. Last but not least, engage and listen. Engage with your audience regularly. Listen to their feedback, respond to their questions, and create a community around your brand. Doesn't that sound exciting? Brand alchemy is about the transformation of your brand into something truly value-driven and captivating. By focusing on authenticity, storytelling, consistency, and engagement, you can create a brand that resonates deeply with your ideal audience and stands out from the crowd. Now, if you're ready, or even if you're not ready, but you want to take your brand to the next level and dive deeper into your true brand essence and discovery, we can help you with that. Go to 10xoncamera.com where you can get on our newsletter, register for the waitlist for our next workshop. If you want your brand to stand out in a sea of samesies, we provide you with the tools and insights your brand needs to captivate your audience, refine your brand voice, and 10x your impact. This experience is truly transformative. Visit 10xoncamera.com to secure your spot for our next masterclass and get in our world. Having said that, thank you for listening to today's podcast. If you got value from what we've provided, why not spread the love by sharing this episode with someone? Subscribe to or follow the show so you never miss an episode, and give us a positive 5-star review or a thumbs up, depending on which platform you're currently on, and share with others. For more stories and lessons, check out some of my other episodes in the series. Thank you for showing up, and be well.